We technically have 2 minutes. I don't want to get a chance to write a story about how I lie about the time in which we start these. It's everyone. What is everyone? He's writing now, isn't he? Was everybody ready if we started a minute earlier? Are we still adjusting? Okay, good. You got 2 minutes. You got 1 minute now. No, I'm kidding. There you go. Nice. What is that?
Just getting it ready for
We got 30 seconds. No. All right. Guys, good morning. Welcome to my second media briefing. Thank you all for being here on time, and we're going to get started. First, one of the things that's not in my packet, but I wanted to touch on real quick because it's a big concern. So this morning, I had the privilege of attending a third grade classroom where third graders who were specifically engaged asked about not only what they could do for the community, but also about their parents who might be facing a layoff. And apparently a lot of those children did have parents who worked for Spirit. And I do want to just update the community that our local website, which is supposed to be somewhat of a one-stop shop for not only new jobs or job opportunities, but also for services that will be provided by on a local level and from the state. That website is now live. And that website is aircapitaloftheworld.com. So it's all spelled out, aircapitaloftheworld.com. So please check that out. If you are someone who is affected by these layoffs, and you're not sure really what options there are, this is that first stop. Please look at it. There might be opportunities there that you might have not considered. But the goal is to make sure we take care of the people in our community and to make sure that we are helping people in our community so that they can remain here and be a part of our community. So with that, I'll get into the Prepared Mayor's media briefing. First, I also want to thank our street crews who kept our streets clear during the winter weather. I hope everyone was safe during these last few days. Also, I wanted to just mention about the community events that we had over throughout Wichita celebrating the life and legacy of Martin Luther King Jr. Those events really went well, and I want to thank our community leaders for participating and hosting these events so that we can come together and talk about justice and talk about equality. I got to participate in a local family build for Habitat for Humanity in Century 2 this last week. That was kind of fun. Councilmember Johnson invited me to that. However, he didn't swing a hammer. I do want to say that I was the one who was swinging the hammer. So I would challenge Johnson next time when I invite him to something I hope to have him get his hands dirty. But in his defense, he was wearing a suit. All right, so 2020 community survey. We will be speaking or serving a survey to others, and what we want is to know how the city of Wichita can provide services to the community better. The community survey will again be for 2020. Residents should watch their mailboxes. We are mailing these out to you, so please watch for the survey. The first wave of surveys will be mailed this Friday, January 24th, and the follow-up wave of surveys will be mailed Friday, January 31st. The survey is an opportunity for residents to rate service delivery as well as provide direction to what issues should be top priorities for the city of Wichita. Examples of surveys include snow removal, utility billing, parks, and fire services. The results will be a tool to guide the 2021-2022 proposed budget process. Results will be compared to the prior year, and the surveys will be compared also to 2006, 2010, all the way up to 2018. Additionally, results will be compared to other communities that have also participated in community surveys, such as Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Lincoln, Nebraska, and Kansas City. So we got the homeless count. Ensuring that we provide the best possible services for residents is critical. That's why we're asking that those who are homeless to participate in our upcoming Everybody Counts campaign on January 30th. Volunteers will take surveys of individuals in our community who don't have a place to live. The surveys take just a few minutes to complete. It's anonymous and helps our community to plan and provide housing and services for those who are experiencing homelessness. Volunteers will be on site at shelters and on the streets of Wichita and Sedgwick County. The survey is conducted by the United Way of the Plains and conducted by Impact ICT, which is a coalition of community organizations working to address homelessness. Library, I have a couple of exciting pieces of news about the library. The Wichita Public Library is excited to add e-books or e-audiobooks to its digital collection on Wichita e-readers. Customers can access e-audiobooks on the library by Overdrive app on smartphones and tablets. E-audiobooks work just like e-books in terms of checkout and lengths and how many that can be checked out. If customers have questions, stop by the Wichita Public Library location to ask a staff member. They would be more than happy to help. Customers are also encouraged to schedule book a librarian session by calling 261-8500. This service will begin tomorrow, Friday, January 24th. Also, just a reminder that the library will be screening Academy Award shorts February 1st through the 8th. In 1986, the Wichita Public Library made Wichita one of the first cities in the country to let public view short films nominated in the animated, live action, and documentary categories outside of major cities like New York and Los Angeles. So we plan to keep that tradition alive. You can see full schedule at wichitalibrary.org/Academy Awards. And with that, I will stand here and take every question you have.
Good morning, Mayor. I do have a couple questions. Can you elaborate on some of the concerns the children you talked to this morning had about their parents?
So the children this morning, the conversation was great. It was about not only what does the mayor do, but also as young people and as citizens, what can they do? And that dovetailed into pretty much the role of government inside a crisis such as the one we're facing. The children, you can see their faces change when the teacher brought up that we have children here who, whose parents are affected by this. And really, my response is really the response I've been saying for the last couple weeks, is the community is coming together to provide an easy way to access services. We have a short-term plan, and that is utilizing unemployment, utilizing the services we have at hand. The midterm plan is to try to create individual paths for people. There are some people who are going to be looking for work just until Spirit's back online. And then there are some people who are going to take this as an opportunity to go have a job, but also take other classes and get a new credential. And that's very important. I'm actually working with some of our private universities on their role in this, which I hope to make a public announcement shortly about that. So some people are going to use this as an opportunity to go back to school. And then there's going to be some people who will use this as an opportunity not just to get finish up a degree or get a short-term credential, but we'll also use it to maybe go onward to a different career, where let's say you've worked at Spirit for so many years, but now you're interested in being a teacher. I've reached out to USD 259, and they have opportunities that they are looking into to allow people to come in maybe as long-term subs, as teachers in residence, artists in residence, I think is the program, so that not only are we providing an opportunity for the people who are laid off, but taking advantage of the opportunity to bring some of those people with this hands-on experience into our classrooms. So my job as mayor is to connect the dots and to make sure that we have these opportunities out there for people. And as you can tell from the faces of the children, it's an incredibly scary time. I remember when my dad was laid off, when I was a young kid, and how, although my mom and dad tried to tell me everything was okay, I can tell by their demeanor, that they were nervous. And so our goal is to talk to the families and say, we understand this is a tough time. And we really hope you take advantage of first looking at the website and seeing what opportunities there are out there. Because as a community, unlike I think other communities, we are really coming together with as many services and opportunities as possible to pass along to those who are affected by this.
Thank you for sharing that. On a different topic, I wanted to ask you about the homeless count. I moved here about a year and a half ago, and one of the first things that I noticed were a lot of homeless people in downtown Wichita. I hear from talking to some of them that they move here because they know this city has more services than other cities. So can you elaborate on what's your take on the homeless situation in Wichita and any plans on providing more services or working with trying to get more resources?
So we're going to get into the budget phase in the next few weeks, and then we'll be talking more about services. So I don't want to speak specifically to that because I also am only one vote on the council. But as a larger perspective to the issue, addressing the needs of the homeless is key to making sure that we get some of the other stuff done that we're looking for. If we want to, create more business downtown, more traffic downtown, it's better if we give people who are, let's say, suffering from mental health issues, and that's one of the reasons why they're homeless, making sure they have the services that they need so that they can go back into our society and be productive, which would also, allow some of the people to not just have to stay in one area. We want them out in the community, being as productive as possible. But that's a longer term plan. There's really no silver bullet. Some of it's going to be addressing mental health. We had a program who came and visited us at our last city council meeting who works with homeless vets. That's their niche, that's their specialty. We want to help them and empower them for the homeless population who happen to be veterans. So there's a layered policy approach to this that I understand, and I want to work with other people who not only understand it, but they're experts in it, so we can actually fix the problem, not just the symptoms.
Thank you.
Other questions? Oh, hey, Chance.
Hey, another question on Spirit. Have you been briefed personally by anyone at Spirit or Boeing or updated on the situation? And what would you call the situation at this time as far as when the 737 MAX will become another part of what we do here in Wichita?
So as we mentioned before, this isn't a traditional conditions that result in recession. This is literally one laser-pointed plane, actually. It's one product that is causing this disruption. So I have been in touch with Spirit. They are, I haven't been in touch with Boeing. It's been with Spirit because they're the local, the local business here. And really you hear different timing on like how long this is going to last. I think I read something yesterday where they thought it would be this summer, but also I've talked to other people who thought it might take longer. It would be irresponsible of me to try to speculate on a date because there is a lot of information out there. And that's one of the reasons why our network solution or our networked approach to providing opportunities to this problem will allow us to have, there are going to be people who are going to be looking for short-term jobs. There are going to be people who are going to be looking for more long-term stuff. We are the resources that we're gathering are a variety of resources for those who are affected by the situation. And also, if you're an employer, if you're someone who is looking to hire, on this website there is a section that you can actually upload your jobs that you're looking to get people to fill. So please, if you're an employer who is looking, because right now this is just targeted at one section. It doesn't mean it's going to have an effect, but it's not like a recession where everything is low. There are other sectors that are hiring, that are doing well. So if you're an employer in one of these other sectors and you're looking to hire people, please submit your information to this website so that we can make sure that our neighbors here in Wichita have access to those opportunities.
The Machinist Union said this morning that they were concerned about their workers leaving the market permanently if the grounding lasts indefinitely. Can you speak to that?
Yeah, that's our goal is to keep what makes Wichita amazing here, and that's our people. That is our skilled workforce. That is what economists call our human capital. So there are going to be people who will be approached by organizations outside the state to say, hey, why don't you come live here? I will say that I understand that, and I'm sure we'll have some people take those opportunities. But Wichita as a community, we want to help our neighbors. We want them to stay here. We want them to be a part of our community and remain a part of our community. So I do think that there are people who might look towards another similar job in a different state, but those states also could be affected in a similar situation. So if you're someone who likes Wichita or loves Wichita and wants to make this a home, go to our website. Was it the Air Capital? I want to make sure I say it right. aircapitaloftheworld.com. Look at the opportunities here, and we want to make sure that families are taken care of and that works. But I do know that there are some aggressive campaigns from out of state to try to take in some, which is Wichita's best assets, and that's our human capital. That's the people who work for us. Other questions? Got a question for Chance. Where'd you get that shirt? Nice. Very nice. Anything else? You guys went easy on me. Thank you, guys. I appreciate this. As always, if you have other questions, please follow up. And I would love to give you as much information as I have. Thank you.
Just story.